What up, everyone? This is the 3 a.m. podcast. My name is Sean.
My name's Charlie.
My name's DJ.
And this is a podcast where we tell scary stories and, we make jokes. If you're offended by good jokes, then you can get out of here.
Or if you're easily scared,
Also get out of here.
not the pod for you.
And that's okay.
Guys, also, if you're here for the stories, look in the description in the...
Timestamp we got there for you.
Yep, you can skip right to stories.
Gang. It's April. We're already 1/4 of the way through the year.
Damn, bro.
Fast.
Crazy.
What were the highlights of the first quarter?
Hawaii.
Definitely.
That was dope.
Is that it?
Do you have any?
Yeah, I already gave mine, dude. That was my highlight.
That's been pretty tough this year. Anything for you?
Oh, wow, what a shitty first quarter. No, Hawaii's good. Went to the hospital too, so it all balances out.
I would say, to be fair, though, like typically my first quarter is my struggle quarter. I feel like I might have some seasonal depression because it's all cold and dark and like not real depression, but like, I get down because I can't just go outside whenever I want.
Feel.
And now I can. In fact, last weekend I got out a little bit. I was telling you guys before we started recording, but I drove through Tooele for the first time to get somewhere else.
I was going to say, did you just randomly go out to Tooele?
No, I was going somewhere else, and I was already in Salt Lake at the time, so I had to go through Tooele to get there. Have you ever heard of Ophir?
No.
Ophir was a town founded in 1870 out in Utah West Desert. You know where we went to Mercer?
Yes. Past that.
The next canyon up. You drive up this canyon, and there's this old mining town there. And there's still like 20 residents of this town. I'm driving through this like a little sussed out, a little sketched. Like I see somebody.
Set the vibe. Like, what is it like out there?
Okay, here, I got some pictures for us here. I'm going to airdrop these to you, Deej.
Out there, it's dry.
How do you say it?
Ophir.
High desert.
Ophir.
Ophir.
Grossness.
Okay, airdrop.
If you've ever seen Hills Have Eyes,
To
similar
Charles.
vibes.
Okay, so these are some of the like places in Ophir. Okay, so you got some photos over there, and this is of Ophir, like mining town, in this canyon up in the middle of nowhere in Utah West Desert. And like, first of all, you're driving on this road, it's paved. Eventually you get to where it's a dirt road. And like, I'm seeing people outside their house. Like I saw one guy with like his kid where I was like, okay, this is okay. Because there's a kid here. I feel like nothing bad's going to happen in front of children.
Yeah.
And then I keep driving, and then I see like this old man, like on some crutches, walking outside like a house. And I was like, I don't know why, but this is scarier. And they had like this wall almost. And there's like a mine entrance on the wall, which I decided not to go in because I know there's people around here. I'm not trying to like give my back up. And there's like idols almost like on this wall. It's super creepy.
What?
Just out in the middle of this canyon. It's super creepy.
All the skulls and that's
What is this?
You walked into, like, nobody's there.
Nobody was there.
What is this right here?
I didn't get out of my car to check this out. But there's like the entrance, like the mining entrance right there. And I drive past this. I go to, I probably
look at fake dummy though, real quick, top right. That's terrifying.
This whole thing was kind of unnerving.
Yeah.
I drive up to this Ophir campground because there's a campground past it. I could have gone further in my tiny little car because I'm just dodging all of the like rocks in this dirt road. But then I turned back around and came back. And when I got to this spot, there was a gang of bikers there. And I was like, what is going on? I need to go and leave right now.
It was weird activity.
Weird activity.
So they all pulled up.
They were all off of their bike and just like checking this out. And maybe they were checking this out, or maybe they were doing a sacrificial like ritual. I don't know.
About to add your skull to the wall, boy.
I just zoomed out of there at a normal speed because I'm not trying to get pulled over in a town like this.
That's big sus.
true. You can't, dude, you know your dream where you're escaping the cult?
Yeah,
I
dude.
feel like similar vibes could have.
It is similar vibes to that.
Okay, so there was bikers there.
Yeah,
You sped away. Didn't want to get arrested.
Didn't want to get arrested. So there's 10 to 15 bikers at this place now as I'm coming back down the canyon. And at that point, I'm like, yeah, I got to get out of here. I'm going to speed at about 25 miles an hour because the speed limit is 20. And I'm not trying to get pulled over by some Ophir sheriff.
Hell no.
Tembo in chat said that as of 2012, the population of Ophir was 40.
Okay,
Damn.
how did you hear about this place?
All trails?
Actually, so there's a mountain over here called Flat Top Mountain that I want to summit this summer.
It's like Charlie's haircut.
Flat top.
Hey, so I'm just like trying to find my way to the trailhead. So I was looking at all these back roads, and then I noticed it went through this place called Ophir, and I was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool. It's probably like a Mercer or Mercer type place." And then I drive up there, and it's more than Mercer. They had their own graveyard too, but like at the mouth of the canyon, like Mercer was.
Mm-hmm.
And then you drive up the canyon probably 10 minutes or so, and you get to this place.
Weird.
Dude, yeah, it was trippy. And then I also passed like this herd of like deer. There's like 50 deer in one of these fields. And I was like, bro, this is like very like Skinwalker vibes right now. I could be getting got right now.
It's crazy how close to us it gets. Very rural and not okay. Like 10 minutes that way is wild.
Yeah.
It's the Wild West out there.
It's what like the sign right by kind of the road that comes to our house off of the main road is where it says frequent wildlife crossings.
Yeah.
Like that's where the wildlife starts crossing because it's rural.
Well, I'm glad you made it back safe.
I'm going to have to go back up there again, though, to get to the trailhead to summit my mountain.
Honestly, we should poke around, see if there's anything. Like, I want to know why those shrines.
I don't know,
You
dude.
should find the oldest person in Ophir,
It was probably that dude on the crutches.
and ask him. Tell me about
Like,
this.
yo, what's up?
Yeah.
How long you been here? Not since 1870.
Why are you
but
crutching around?
Why are you still here?
That's wild. Sean, explain this other
That was
this
just,
other bit.
this is just another like picture in the town of their town hall. Like very old West vibes. Like it was there from 1870 probably.
But this is well kept. There's lights, Christmas lights.
yeah, so there's people who still live here.
Yeah.
So whatever, like this could be like a historic Ophir type situation where they're like keeping it, maintaining it for tourists, maybe. And that's why they throw the flag up and make it feel like you're not going to get kidnapped if you come here.
Yeah, but that timber is clearly like older than everyone who lives there.
Potentially.
Look at that door. We're blocking it, kind of
But still, yeah, it's like very Eureka vibes, dude.
wild. Those places terrify me.
Yeah. So just
This
exploring,
mailbox is new school, obviously. Like
dude, that was like at least 2015, bro.
the address here says 55.
Wild. Well, I'm glad you made it back alive.
Me too, dude. I was a little sketched out there for a minute.
Did you guys get got by any April Fools?
Negative, bro.
Okay.
I did not.
Regrettably, I read this thing and it was like, for the first time ever this year, Aurora Borealis or the Northern Lights will be able to be seen from LA. And I read that on IG and I was like, what the hell?
They're on their American tour right now. Next year will be their Australia, New
I was
Zealand
like,
tour.
how is that possible? Man, global warming's real, bro. Like this is it's
nuts.
changing. Greta Thunberg, get her on the phone. And then like 8 seconds later, I was like, oh.
Stupid.
DJ and I convinced half of Utah that The Rock was coming to a restaurant.
Bro.
We haven't fully talked about it, but DJ and I both work together at a company where they're designers, they're graphic designers.
Yeah.
And we had like this big marketing meeting. We're like, okay, what are we going to do? Oh, next month's April Fools. What can we do? Maybe we can do this. Maybe we can do that. And then we were just like, let's tell Utah The Rock is coming to one of our stores. And we all kind of sat there for a while and we're like, yeah, let's do that. So we did it. We made a post, did not think it was going to be a thing. And then the day of, it's getting a little more buzz. People are like messaging left and right. Is he really coming? Is Dwayne really coming? and DJ and our crew are.
Well, we started it off by saying there's going to be a celebrity meet and greet this Friday. Not saying April 1st, just saying this Friday. And then we put up like it's a poly restaurant. It's like an island grill.
So
we put up these like celebrity polys for people to guess. We had like Troy Polamalu. He was a linebacker for the Steelers. We had the dude from Boba Fett, the actor from Boba Fett.
Yeah.
And we had Max Holloway, who's like the world featherweight, I think, champion for the UFC. And then we had The Rock as well. And people were like casting their votes. They're like, oh, I hope it's Max Holloway. I hope it's Jason Momoa. And we had people guessing as it got closer. The entire like ad campaign revealed a little more and more until finally Thursday we said, it's Dwayne Johnson
coming to Orem, Utah. And the hype and the engagement was kind of like this. And then the day of, it just starts going like this. And so we're like, oh shit, people are taking this very seriously. It's starting to spread. What do? We doubled down. So
tagged The Rock in it. Bro.
Dude, yeah, we tagged The Rock in it. The Rock happened to be flying that day.
Okay, he was in Hawaii for like a whole week posting about that. And somebody in the comments said on Friday, the day of the event, The Rock is in Hawaii. This is not real. And a ton of people like that comment. Then literally about an hour later, The Rock posted a picture on his feed of him on his private jet. And in the background is a screen of the map following the plane, like the GPS or whatever. And it shows us going to the mainland, like towards California, Utah, that direction.
So then
like,
DJ...
oh my, this is a godsend. We're going to use it.
And then DJ may or may not have, allegedly, made a fake tweet from The Rock. In like the most Rock voice ever. It was like, we stay
hungry, we devour. It feels good to breathe this mountain air.
And then that's when people were like, holy shit, is this real? And then we were like, so it's getting bigger and bigger. What do? Do we back down? No, we double down. We go to the restaurant. We have a red carpet. We have VIP ropes. We set those all up and we post a story. And when we did that, people were believing and they started showing up.
Holy hell,
so many people were showing up. Like we said it was going to start at 4 or 5 and there was people there at 12.
Holy hell,
waiting. Families were coming. They were pulling kids out of school. One person said, I need to know if this is real because I'm buying a plane ticket right now to come meet The Rock. And people were in the DMs being like, I need to know if this is real. I'm about to leave my job. Like it was
groups
crazy.
of Zoomers were pulling up.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
It's just like all age groups, and we did not expect this, and we're like, oh shit.
You have to know.
This is
you have to know.
We might be shooting ourselves in the foot.
Yeah.
Yes. So
but we hit what we had end up do. So DJ and I are there. We have really nice camera gear. We have our
whole team is there, and on Fridays our team dresses up in all black.
So we're all rocking
Black Friday
all
every
black.
Friday. So there's like 8 of us who pull up, and we're all blacked out and have all the gear. We have our cameras. We have our lighting.
Backdrop, like a photo backdrop. Mm-hmm. And all these high schoolers are like, wait, is The Rock really coming? And all I said was like, I don't know, man. I just got hired to shoot an event. And then they were like, and they start texting and people, it was wild.
Holy hell. But then all they get is Wayne the Stone Johnson.
We had bought a cardboard cutout.
Somebody said in the comments, watch it be a cardboard cutout. And one of the replies was, or an actual rock.
Yeah. Which would have been as equally funny.
That would have been fun. You have to know, dude. April Fools, you can't trust anything.
But like DJ said, we started teasing it Monday before April Fools.
I still would have been like, nah.
Well, you're smart. Half of Utah is not.
We also had, did you say the video with the red carpet?
I just said we posted the video of the red carpet and people took it serious or whatever.
Yeah.
But
because we were actually there putting out a red carpet and people were like, wait, you guys are putting out this red carpet, like this has to be real then. So people were showing up.
Like what some red carpet will do for people.
A couple people were pissed, and this is me being objective, not biased with the company or anything, but over 90% of the people like laughed at it.
Yeah.
And we're going after the salty people in the comments. Some people were like, you've lost a customer for life, and
they were so mad.
Yeah.
That
clown
means there's
emojis
more for me,
up in the
dog.
comments.
Yeah.
And we compensated with giving away free dessert to people who got. So
That's so funny though.
But it's interesting. It's like, can you not take a joke?
I get it. It's coming from okay, maybe I don't get it, but trying to give them the benefit of the
Let's
doubt.
do it.
It's coming from a like corporate standpoint. It's like we could get in legal trouble for this, and where there's supposed to be a sense of professionalism, but as we get further and further into time with
blurring.
tech and
Culture.
culture,
Marketing.
like these kind of things become more commonplace, and it's like whatever, like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, who cares? I don't think this is really hurting anyone, and I don't know if The Rock's not an absolute dickhead, he'd see this and he'd be like, "Oh, this is hilarious! I'm gonna buy it."
Yeah.
These fools, these jabronis.
Yeah. No,
But-
honestly though, it's like, yeah, take a step back, take a deep breath.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't offensive.
No.
No one got hurt.
Nope.
It was clearly a joke. I don't know. For me, I was like, oh, come on.
See, I talked to somebody Saturday that said they had seen that, and they were like, "No way, The Rock is coming." I was like, "You idiot!"
I had hella family and friends hitting me up and be like, "Yo, you made this post. Is this actually happening?
Tell us, cousin.
Tell us, brah."
See, I've been
Brother.
my fair share of April Foolsing other people that I can't trust anybody because I know that I can't be
Like what?
trusted on that day.
Like what?
Bro, there was one time we went over somebody's house and we got these Lysol cans
Oh,
and stuck rubber bands on the cans and threw them in their house while they were gone.
hold on. There's more. Sean, me, and Jordan got into a full-on pranking war with these girls in our apartment building. And it started fun and it started nice until they hung hot dogs from our ceiling. But they were pulling the hot dogs out of the packet, so the juice dripped all over my bed. Like my pillow smelled like hot dog water, hot dog juice.
Ah, that's my favorite flavor of
Dude,
Lay's.
didn't they do bologna too? I swear they did bologna on the ceiling too.
So it started all nice. Yeah, there was bologna. everywhere.
Bologna mustard.
But when that juice hit my pillow, we took it to a next level. So Sean and I bought pounds of glitter
Oh shit!
and
yeah.
like multiple Febreze things that we zip tied open. So they were just
Zip-tied.
spraying.
Yeah.
Kicked their door open, chucked in the Febreze. So like they were just like just spraying, filled their whole house. And then we got them out of their apartment and we filled everything we could with
all of their socks were filled with glitter. All of their shoes were filled with glitter. Literally everything was filled with glitter.
yeah, we were out to harm.
Damn, that sounds
We
that
chose
sounds like
violence.
a dream. If I walked into my home, I'd be like, hot dogs, hands on the ceiling. I'd be, hell yeah, dog.
Free food,
This is tight.
dude. They
It was
also
not tight.
like had taken like Facebook pictures of us and printed off hundreds of photos of our faces
To this day.
and stuck them everywhere in our apartment. Like I swear, literally, was like 9 years ago. And last year, it would have been 2 or 3 years ago when I last traveled internationally. I opened my passport and Charles' face is in my passport. I was like, what the hell? They're still getting me.
Yeah. I pretend I'm mad, but they were worthy foes.
They were
like-
worthy, yeah.
They,
I think it ended when we did the glitter, though.
yeah.
That was the last straw.
They dished it out like you did.
Yeah.
We had talked about like, nah, never mind. It's illegal, potentially.
We had allegedly talked.
We have friends who hunt and they have leftovers
Hunt.
from their hunt, like deer.
Humans.
Oh, frick, dude. I don't remember that. Allegedly, that never happened.
We're like, dude, let's take it there. Anyway, pranks. That's a fun one.
That one was a fun one. Last year, in the midst of pandemic, I never went into work. I worked from home ever since I could, like day one.
Yeah.
And I went into work on April Fool's Day last year. I go into my boss and was like, "Hey, I'm quitting."
What? That's not.
And she was like,
What if she was like, "Thank
"Could you
goodness."
could you close the door?" And I was like, yeah." I closed the door and she's like, "Wait, where are you going? What's going on?" And I was like,
Are you tight with your boss? What's your relationship like?
yeah, I was like, I was good with my boss. Like we were friends.
This is
And-
past tense. You're talking.
She's no longer with the company.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I have a new boss.
April Fools, you're fired.
Pack your bags.
I sat down and was like, I am actually quitting. I actually had a my next job lined up. I said, I'm actually moving to Alaska this summer to be a kayak instructor. And she was like,
Fitting.
Yeah.
That's a great story.
Believable.
and she's like, no, wait, but what can we do? And I was like, it's April Fool's. Because she was taking it too serious.
Oh my gosh. Well, I would too. That sounds very.
It's on April Fool's. You can't trust anything that happens.
Damn, you're right.
That's why I was saying with The Rock, like the best April Fool's, the only way we could make this better, like I know we doubled down and I think that's what we should have done. But the only way we could have made this better is if The Rock actually came.
That would have
if
been
we actually
so
got
funny.
The Rock to come. And
It's about power.
just all the people who are upset in the
Restart.
comments, just fools, absolute fools in the comments. Maybe one day. Maybe we should do this every year, you know?
Until he comes.
Until he actually comes.
Until he
Until he comes.
Oh, shit. It was fun. Dude, DJ and I were having a good laugh. Because like people were taking it so serious.
That is funny.
I was
Like,
like, this is hilarious.
objectively, that's hilarious.
And we're getting
Yeah.
paid to do this. Just lied in Utah.
Yeah, one jabroni was paragraphs in
He had
Instagram.
like 60 middle finger things.
That's
Paragraphs
so funny.
about how this is not okay. And he's like, people have been shot for way less. And it's like, oh,
Shot.
Bitch,
shot.
first of
and
all.
Damn.
and then you go to the dude's profile and it's just his collection of knives and guns. It's like, bro,
Okay.
you're the one doing the
his-
shooting,
Yeah.
dog.
It's his selfie with his wife beater on and just like,
Dude, it was when we pulled up his IG and it was like all knives and shit, I was like, okay, I'm a little scared. This dude's a little scary. But like not in a like, yeah.
I definitely respect the pre-work though. Like getting ready, like beginning of the week,
It was fun.
it's a lot harder to see coming, but like you still have to expect it. Somebody sent something in our group chat on Friday and I was like, no, this is fake.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what it is.
It's fake. And it
Sean's
turned out to be fake.
Sean's so skeptical, dude. I had no idea that you were that skeptical on April Fools.
Literally don't believe anything from the second I wake
You
up.
had
I'm
no
like,
idea that Sean was a skeptic.
That skeptical on April Fools, where it's like anything that
You
comes
had
across
no
his
idea
desk.
Sean was a skeptic.
I couldn't have thought that.
Dude, I've seen so many wedding announcements and baby announcements over the last like 3 years that I can't even.
Yo, the pregnancy ones are a little f***ed up because it's
Okay,
like
that is a little fun.
some people
Okay,
actually
but
out
like,
here-
where's the
Some
line, dude?
people- Some people are out here actually what?
like struggling to get pregnant.
Hey, some people are actually out here trying to see The Rock.
It's actually like whatever. Apparently, it's a big thing on social media where like everyone was like, no more of that. And then one girl posted a sonogram of a baby, but instead of the sonogram, it was like a big like burrito or something.
Yeah. It's
Nice.
like
Even that,
A
alien.
baby
she
burrito.
got flamed to death. Like
It was probably like a
hundreds of
flaming
people-
hot
flame
Cheeto,
grilled,
dude.
flame broiled
Yeah,
burrito.
people were just like, no, do not.
This
no,
is not allowed.
cancel. Yeah,
See, nobody can
We're
take a
canceling
joke
April
anymore.
Fools, yeah.
Everyone believes stuff on April Fools now. That's the expectation is the root of all disappointment.
I saw one that got a ton of people in New York. They like the New York like transit posted that they were now going to be enforcing a walking speed limit on the sidewalks, so you couldn't walk too fast, and mad people fell for it. Like people were like, "Holy shit, what? You can't walk fast?"
Bro, I saw this like you know how they have like signs on the sidewalk for where to go, like pointing directions and stuff. I saw one in Japan, I think, where the sign was like a regular like person symbol with a arrow that led to the stairs, and then like a fat person symbol with an arrow that led to the escalator.
Dude,
I was like, damn.
Asians, no chill when it comes to weight. It was like, yeah, you're fat to your face.
Take the escalator.
Yeah.
It's the same as like your height or like color of your eyes, how long your hair is. Because I got it all the time in the Philippines. They're like, oh yeah, Elder Pasicala, he's brown, dark hair, fat. Like that was it. And it
no
was just-
roast, just
I don't know.
Here
It was
are
kind
facts.
of refreshing.
Whenever
you know?
I talk to people like from the Philippines after I got back, especially when I gained like a ton of weight, they'd be like, "Oy, tambok ka," like you got really fat. I'm like, well, that's just the way we are.
Your
We tell
comments
people,
like this are why I'm fat. My
I
hurt-ass
appreciate you
feelings.
calling me out.
Yeah.
This is what I needed.
Yeah, my Asian ass aunt, like I grew my hair out once and she straight up to my face was like, "It looks terrible. You should get a haircut." And I was like, damn, dude. Coat it with some sugar.
And did you?
Eventually, yeah. I was like, "Ugh." That night crying.
Goodness.
Dude,
Yeah.
honesty is the best policy.
I guess. I don't know.
Because then you never have to sugarcoat anything. If you just tell everyone the way that it is.
True. Chat, how we doing? I wrote down pranks, our place, DJ's shitty ass music before stream. Want to talk about that? We try to get pumped up
Not
before
sure
streams.
what you're talking about.
We try to get pumped up before stream, so we play music we enjoy. And DJ's just like, "Yo, I got the aux today," and starts playing.
Bro, I appreciated
garbage from
your
the 2000s.
tunes, dude.
I was
Some Alan
playing music
Walker,
that had
I just
hundreds and hundreds of millions of streams, and that's
some
just
One
on YouTube.
Republic. That probably wasn't even One Republic, but like
Stuff like that.
yeah.
Cool. Should we get into stories? Do we have anything else?
I'm good to go.
Okay, let's chill with chat for a minute. Are they saying anything, Deej? You've been watching them?
In my experience, most April Fools, full pranks were quick, straight to the point. I literally told people not to tell me any information on Friday.
Don't talk to me.
Mallory is here.
Is that Mao Mao?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what's that, Mao?
You probably could have negotiated a raise. Yeah, we should because
Sean.
oh, Sean.
I actually did.
Yeah, but us sales went up. How much? 400%.
Well-
4,000%. Extra zero.
Something went up 4,000%, but I think that was just like social media engagement. But sales were like the highest they've ever had in their life. And it's
That
like,
day.
you're welcome.
That weekend.
Yeah. Can you smell a raise?
When my mom was a kid, my grandma gave them wet cat food for breakfast on April Fools.
Bro, I've had wet cat food before. It was because I lost a bet.
As a prank or
As
as
a dude.
a bet.
What are the odds?
Yeah,
Or was that
what are the
Jordan?
odds?
That was him.
That was
In the
me, dude.
Smiths?
In
Yeah.
the Smiths,
It
bro.
made Jordan
I thought that
vomit.
was Jordan. Oh, that's right. It
And we
made
all had to
Jordan
ride
vomit.
home in the same car, and my breath smelled so bad.
We
after
went
that.
straight to the pet food aisle, and you crack that can open. You
And just
did not
ate
hesitate.
it right there.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing though. Like if I'm losing a what are the odds, I'm doing it. I'm not gonna back out like these fools that just like I have. That's all I'm gonna say.
You're right. Jake the Bruin, you still owe me. You have to jump into the river in Portland. He lost to what are the
Oh,
odds?
dude. I was at the store when Jordan was still living here, and what are the odds him to buy this shitty t-shirt, and he wouldn't do it. So you owe me buying a shitty t-shirt, bro.
What the dude? Time to collect our debts. That's stupid.
I think did you guys give me a what are the odds where I had to swim? Were we at the beach? Who was I with? But I lost a what are the odds and I didn't do it. Somebody was paddleboarding and I had to swim to them and push them off and then steal the paddleboard. It's like, no, I'm not doing
Dude,
that.
that's savage, bro.
I don't even think I could swim fast enough.
Dude, the worst one I
They
ever
just
had to
paddle
do.
away from you.
Dude, you could beat Mal though there.
Oh yeah, with the help of the jellyfish. Somebody said you won't get haunted with your room smelling like hot dog juice.
That's true,
that's
dude.
true. Or
It's
you get
like
a freaking
that salt
pervert ass.
circle.
Dude, yeah, the salt content of the
Those
Ooh.
wieners was just dripping all over your.
That's true. They might have helped us that day. Except I legitimately had like sleep paralysis for 4 years straight in that place. So there goes that theory. Whoever that was in chat.
Somebody said they were bamboozled by the rock.
Get effing wrecked. You dumb.
Okay, I think that's it. A friend in high school had to ask our student teacher if he could go to the bathroom for a really weird boner. Playing what are the odds? And he did it.
Damn. How is being a registered sex offender? That's crazy. The craziest what are the odds is one time DJ allegedly there was 2 kids on a date in South Provo.
Frick, yeah.
Okay, wait. What are the odds? Somebody asked. I'll say to Charles, what are the odds you only wear your Mormon garments on camera for the rest of this stream?
Wow, bro. And then I give him an odd. So if I am a big scaredy cat, I'll say 1 in 100.
But for this case, you'll say 10.
But we have a rule with
We
friends.
don't
You can
go
only do 1
10.
through 10.
Yeah.
But if you're real ballsy, you can say like 1 through 5. But
So he says 10, and I start counting. 1, 2, 3,
4.
and then we say a number at the same time.
Yeah.
If it's the same number, he has to do it.
But
If the numbers add up to 10, like he says 8, I say 2, then I have to do it.
yeah,
and
So
you're bound
there
by
were
law.
there
so
was
it's
like
risky for both parties.
there was a while where we were like, I think a lot of people were playing this game. Our friend group was playing this all the time, anytime we could.
Dude, I just remember having to snort some coffee creamer in a Denny's one time because I lost that shit.
I had to drink a cup full of ranch at the pie because I odds.
Dude,
It was so salty. And then to spite everyone, because I was like, if I'm going down, everyone else around me is going down. So I filled my mouth up with ranch. It's all the way. And then I go like this. And I show everyone my mouth full of ranch.
I thought you were gargling, dude. I was
probably
like, what
did.
the
Throat gargle ranch.
Just that buttermilk.
Another time we were at the pie, I had to lick the wall at the pie.
dude,
And if you
that
know the
sucks,
wall,
bro.
I'm still recovering. Barely. And then DJ one time, there was a young couple. They were clearly first, second date, super in love.
Super awkward.
And they had a big soda on their table. And I'm like, DJ, allegedly, what are the odds you go walk up to the table?
The drink of choice for single Mormons.
Yeah, a dirty Dr. Pepper.
Dirty Dr. Pepper.
Oh my
dirty
gosh.
meaning there's like
Caffeine
creamer
in
in
it.
it.
Yeah. Oh, that made me more nauseous than the ranch. So I was like, what are the odds you walk up, take that shit right off their table, and just walk away without saying anything? And DJ lost, and he had to go do it. So he walked right up to it. I have it on film somewhere. And just takes it off and walks away.
That
And both
wasn't
of them
it.
were like,
There was
They were both so.
it was take a drink.
oh,
So I walked up, grabbed the drink, looked him in the eye, took a sip, and put it back down.
Literally
And I walked
did
away.
nothing.
crazy.
So silly.
You're wild.
Bunch of silly people. Halfway in a grill. Sorry, I saw your comment earlier about identity series. Will you continue the identity series on the podcast? Yes. Next week.
Oh, frick, dude.
So
Big announcement. Wow.
Let's go.
I'll do it next week.
That's actually crazy.
Okay, I'm not
been
coming
a
with
while.
my heaters next week because
Yeah.
they're going to lose to DJ's story.
I know. I came with some fire sometimes. I'm like, man, these I can't even remember what the is on these.
I hate when that happens when you come with a good story, but it's not good compared to the other
Yeah.
stories.
Shit.
Those episodes, I think everyone just skip your stories. and
Yeah,
go
they're
to
like
mine.
forward. Cool. Impractical Jokers is no longer the same with no joke. Okay, that was a random ass shit to read. Thank you for that. Thank you for keeping us updated on Impractical Jokers. Good stuff. All right. Let's do the rolling, yeah?
Yeah.
Guys, we also tell scary stories, and in order to tell what order we tell our stories, we roll a 20-sided die to determine in what order
Do we want
we
to stop
tell
and
those
start?
stories. So, the roll.
Oh, shit. We both got 17, dog.
Ooh, it's been a minute.
roll again.
Roll for
Freaks.
DJ.
Roll
No,
for
I got
DJ.
mine.
Okay.
Okay,
you
roll. What'd you get?
9.
Okay. Okay. I got an 8. Charles got a 14.
So, me, you, DJ. Cool. Can you just chat for a minute with chat? Because I just got to review the last part of my story.
Let's go. What does chat got to say?
Yes, sir.
I only need like 1 or 2 minutes.
Chat, you have 1 or 2 minutes. Talk all the shit on Charles you want.
Go for it.
Somebody said they want to see that game on stream.
What are the odds game?
That's so stressful. Yeah, what are the odds?
Yeah, Elon's story, Darth Vix.
Yes. Identity, Elon, Joe versus Elon, the cult. Somebody said, is that a Utah game? And then Nuclear Abbey said, no, we did it in PA.
I was gonna say I know people who've done it other places or have brought it from other places, just different like rules sometimes.
What else in our openers? Our place. Did you want to save that or not?
What's that?
You can talk about that if you want.
Does anybody follow r/place, the subreddit our place?
Oh, dude, yeah. It's been wild.
I think every anniversary or birthday for Reddit, the social media app, they have this special event called r/place, and it's where you place a single pixel on this entire graph, and Reddit communities, otherwise known as subreddits, get together to try to get their community to create a piece of artwork on the graphical landscape. And it's kind of crazy. We've talked about this before, like the power of the internet. It's literally all the degenerates of planet Earth gathering together in one place, making things happen and scary things.
It's just impressive to see like what things can be accomplished when everyone just comes together or fights against something else.
Yeah. So there's famous subreddits that will do these elaborate art pieces on this pixel graph, and it's cool until the France subreddit. Is it the France subreddit, Charles, real quick?
I think it was like the main French streamers.
Okay.
So a lot of it was being pushed by Twitch streamers.
Yeah, all the Twitch streamers were posting, like their communities were doing artwork for their favorite streamer. But all the French streamers were taking up like half of the entire graph. And why is this important?
I don't know.
Not sure. But it did cause, see what happened when that happened, like the top 10 streamers in the world, all of which have thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of subscribers and followers, had like a summit where they could meet and talk about the landscape of r/place and the real estate of r/place, how much space they can have on this graph. And France was not having it. So they were purposely, because of the following that they had, they were having their followers go to certain people's websites, and just the sheer amount of people visiting these websites, it would crash the server. I don't know. It's everyone here is on Twitch. So we're streaming on Twitch right now. I assume most people on Twitch already are in this subgroup of degenerates on the internet. So, to an extent, you should understand the chaos that ensues from something like this.
For me, watching our place was insane to see, like the power, mobility, and just like uniform audiences. Because it was like, I was watching real streamers with 40, 50,000 people watching. He would split them up into groups, assign them like group 1, group 2, group 3. And he'd be like, group 1, do this. And thousands of people around the world doing things. That type of control and like person to audience interaction doesn't exist anywhere else. Like Twitch and Reddit is like truly a new place and platform where people are interacting that I think corporations and marketing don't fully understand yet. Like Nike has no idea that our place happened. Do you know what I'm saying? McDonald's couldn't put out a tweet and say, we need you guys to build us some golden arches. Nah, they couldn't do that. But Twitch streamers are doing that. We're doing that. And it was insane to watch. Like legitimate wars were going on between countries. Like so crazy.
Yeah, Charles can articulate it way better, and he's following it a lot more closely than I was. I was watching it from a distance.
I was watching like 6 streamers at once.
Yeah,
Like, this is insane. Bro, it was like the meeting in Rivendell or whatever where they like come.
The Council of Elrond is what it's called.
It legitimately was. Like,
Let's get it right here.
They were low life.
They were like, we need a representative from France here. We need all the big US streamers here. They all met in a Discord meeting and they were like talking. They were yelling. They were like, F you, never, you can't do. At one point, France was like, we're willing to give up a section of the map for you guys that you can have. And it was another country's thing. And they were like, that's the most French ass thing I've ever heard of you guys in my life. Like giving us something that doesn't belong to you. It was crazy. And I was just watching it take place. Like, this is wild.
I think that's the point, is that these spaces on the internet have created a culture that's very powerful and very valuable that nobody else has been able to create. Not any corporation.
Yeah.
Not the 1%.
Yeah.
Not governments.
And here's the thing. I legit think our place will put Twitch on a map where people will start being like, oh, there's something here. Because like, think about it. It's like these kids who have no direction, no ties. They have audiences of like 40,000 people who will do whatever they say. Do you know what I'm saying? It's weird. It's a weird space we're moving into.
And it's like when
it's not controlled. It's not monetized.
It's decentralized.
We're
moving into a decentralized space. Not work reform, anti-work. We talked about anti-work a little bit, but they were sending everybody from anti-work to apply for jobs for, was it Kellogg's? Anyway, somewhere in the Midwest where they make all the cereal and treating their workers terribly. And the workers went on strike. It was all over the news. And they were trying to hire scabs to replace them. So Anti-Work sent everybody to go crash their servers. And if that didn't work, apply to waste like Kellogg's time to review all of the fake applications. And it's like something like that is really scary for good and sometimes for bad.
Yeah.
But here's the thing about chaos.
What, Sean?
It's fair.
Whoa. Where'd you get those scars, dude? Another thing is like when COVID started, they switched all schooling to an app. And so India, all the kids in India were like, hold on. If an app gets enough 1-star ratings, it gets pulled from the app store. So like, I don't know, apes together strong is the term that people use. But all the kids were like, everyone give it a 1-star rating, and they got it removed like several times.
Wow.
And the schools were in shambles trying to figure out like how to get this app to stay on the app store.
That's so funny.
Digital mob justice almost.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, but here's the thing. It's not always fair because there has been some infamous Reddit stories of bandwagon, and we do not condone bandwagoning or pitchforking or anything like witch hunts and stuff like that. Like, don't do that. That's not chill. Because on Reddit, there's been a couple times like the Boston bomber.
Right.
The Boston bombing happened.
Yep.
Reddit goes, we know who it is. It's this guy. Post that guy's name, and Reddit and
Witch hunt.
crazy
ensues.
destroyed this person's life. And then they're like, I think that person, ended their life.
Yep.
Went to next life or however you're supposed to say it on TOS Twitch or whatever. But and then they were like, oh, it's not the right person. Oops.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not chill. So yes, good, bad,
Ugly.
crazy, decentralized. I don't know. It's hard to say, but it's wild because I think our place was so many users around the world at one time focusing on one thing. You saw that happen with GameStop.
Right. Yeah. Until Robinhood shut it down.
Exactly. So
Now they're getting roasted for it.
there's a crazy like new way to all do something at once. And that's like a very big issue for governments and corporations.
Yeah, for one, the main point is for once, because of decentralization, what that means is the power can be in anyone's hands, not just rich and powerful. So the layman, us, you, the viewer, the listener, can, if you're smart enough, if you know how to work it, can create an influence.
Yeah. And it's definitely a problem or an issue that like government corporations will have to like come to terms with. Either they got to jump on the bandwagon or they got to restrict. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, like cryptocurrency. It's crazy because a lot of countries, some countries have made it completely illegal, while some countries
Or making that their main
making
form of
it,
currency.
El Salvador.
investing in it. Yeah, exactly. So what you said is exactly right. They're either
With
trying to
it?
combat it by banning it completely or jumping on the bandwagon, and they didn't create that. Like we created that demand, like the people did. It's crazy. So the applications of which
We don't know, dude.
are way ahead of its time. So, dude, like, don't believe anyone when they're like, "This is stupid." Like, it's like people said the same thing about the internet in the '80s, and now
Amazon
look
was
at it.
a way to sell books.
True.
Like that's what they thought it was for. And now it's the biggest company in the world.
Yeah.
Yep.
I walked into the office. I'm like, my adrenaline's pumping because I just watched France go attack like the biggest streamers in the world. It was so intense. I watched it live, and I'm sitting there in the office, and everyone's just like typing on their computer. No idea this like World War,
This
digital world
Internet
war
world
is
war.
going on. And it was just so striking to me that there's internet people, and then there's just like normies who have no idea what's going on. Which is okay. To each their own. You don't need to know all these weird things, but I like knowing. It's very fascinating.
See, I
to me.
wasn't supporting anyone in this. I was just going around trying to find
You're
all
Poland,
the
or who was
Among Us characters. And that was it.
That's cool. Anyway, our
It is
place
a-
was wild.
It's a new wave. If you want to jump on it, it's fun. There could be some very big benefits to jumping on early.
Yeah. Like DJ hit me up a year before anyone knew what an NFT was, and he's like, "Yo, I think this might be a thing. We should figure it out." And we were like, "Totally." never did it. Then all of a sudden, these dummies from everywhere are getting rich.
Everyone's doing NFTs
Selling
now.
NFTs.
Every
of
artist,
apes.
Yeah.
every corporate, whatever. And
Yeah. Anyway.
yeah.
Okay, I have a story tonight.
Real quick, what's up? Kamazol, first time chat.
Yes, the Walmart thing and Pitbull. We've talked about it on stream many a time.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of things like Reddit and Anonymous were doing. That's back when it was like you could probably count the number of people involved, like 1,000. Now it's to the point where like millions of people around the world are involved in these type of like group efforts.
Yeah.
So it's like it's growing and it's crazy.
Ivan, what's good? I think that's it.
Cool. We ready? All right, guys. I'm excited. Tonight, my story comes to us from a listener. Her name is Rosie, friend of the podcast. Yeah, Rosie's from Tucson, Arizona.
Let's go.
She's 22, and this happened like last year.
Oh, recent.
Yeah, her and her fiance decide to move to a very small town in Colorado because her fiance's cousin opened up a business, is like, hey, I could use some help. You guys want to move out and help me? Yes. Her and her fiance move out. They get to Colorado. They start working. It takes them kind of a while to lock down a living situation, but they finally do. And when they do, they're pretty happy because it's like there's a lot of space, the rent's good, the area's good. They're stoked.
Nice.
Now, Rosie is Mexican, grew up with Mexican parents who were muy superstitious.
Oh, no. Dude, that's where it starts.
Yeah, which is dope. I like it. We've learned about some of these Mexican superstitions before.
Okay.
Tell me if you recognize any. I'm just going to go over some of the things. This is what she grew up with regularly in her home. So she was raised Roman Catholic. Her mother and father super superstitious. So yes, every new thing they got, they would bless with holy water.
Okay.
Which is like, okay, to each their own. They just
Yeah.
want to make sure. I think it's all about just like making sure the spirits are good, good vibes, good intentions.
Perception as well. Like if you believe that it's blessed, it's blessed.
Why not? They would not handle salt directly with hands, which is interesting. And in fact, we've heard a lot of things about salt. Deejay's tutu, right? Use salt to bless and like seal doorways and stuff like that.
You got that in voodoo.
Yeah, in Brazilian macumba, when I worked at a Brazilian restaurant, one of the chefs from Brazil every morning would say prayers and pinch salt into the fire. And someone whispered to me, that's a macumba like prayer, like black magic prayer. And I was like, oh, dope.
Cool.
And that restaurant eventually closed. So not saying they're connected, just saying. Anyway, so don't touch salt directly with hands. This one's interesting. When you're sweeping, you have to make sure that the broom doesn't sweep your own feet.
Interesting.
That's bad vibes.
Because of
I don't know.
Just because.
Superstitions. That's bad.
interesting.
Be careful. Okay, here's the one that I reacted to earlier, and I was like, you're committing it right now.
Oh, frick.
Make sure you are never sitting in a corner.
Oh,
So that's no bueno. And then this one, hella random. She just said it. I'm going to have to ask for clarification. Not getting married,
well,
apparently, is a terrible thing to do.
not getting married
Yeah.
and sitting in a corner. Me.
We have some regular ones. Don't walk under ladders.
Oh, yeah. That one's common.
This one's mad specific. Don't get alone on Tuesdays or Friday the 13th, but especially Tuesdays.
Like the whole day? Because like I
think so.
definitely am by myself a lot of Tuesdays.
I don't know, dude.
Damn it.
She said all the time she would get calls, texts from her mom, checking in, saying I had a feeling. So very superstition, very feeling. But honestly, I relate to a lot of these. Just like, And then she said she did have cleansings with the egg.
Oh, okay.
Remember we talked
The
about that
egg
before?
cleansings, yeah.
Yeah, one of our other Mexican homies talked about some demon shit was going on in their house, and grandma disappears, comes back with a carton, pops open the egg, and does like an egg cleansing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Somebody said if in the chat, if you get your feet swept, some people believe it takes away all your blessings and you won't get married. But I thought you also trying to not get married.
Well, I think it's not getting married is the bad thing.
Oh,
Dude,
okay.
maybe that's
So, like, living
because
out of
I
wedlock.
swept my feet.
Is there a way to reverse it? Ask chat.
Is there a way to reverse it?
DJ, find out, please. Okay. And then here's one. So there's something that can happen to you. It's called mal de ojo,
Mal de ojo.
Mal
Something
de
with
ojo.
your is that eyes?
the bad eye. So I think that's a curse someone could put on you. And it's just like putting misfortune on you. And it's someone does that if they're envious, if they're jealous, just like bad vibes. So anyway, this is what she grew up with. So this is the, what's that word? This is the like mainframe. This is the structure she sees the life through, the lens.
Okay, yeah.
So Rosie is un buena mija, a good daughter.
Okay.
And when they move in, first thing she does, she blesses everything.
Okay.
She starts at the front door, blesses everything with holy water, makes her way all around each room until she finally ends up right back at the front door.
Better be safe than sorry.
To be safer, she busts out sage and Palo Santo
Okay.
and just smudges the entire place. And she said it was great. Her and her fiance couldn't have been happier. Everything was going good for the first couple weeks. One night, her and her fiance are asleep in their bedroom. And when she goes to sleep at night, because she's superstitious, makes sure every door is locked, every window shut tight, and even her bedroom door, she shuts and locks. She does this specifically because, quote, if someone is breaking in, I want to be able to hear them coming in the room.
I would
is
do the same thing.
legitimately why I lock my door. I said the same thing to my wife. Like, I lock it because if someone's breaking in, I want to hear them.
Exactly.
So
yep.
I feel you on that one.
And you put the jar of coins behind your door, right?
Oh, I stopped doing that.
Damn, bro, you living on the edge.
I know. Coinless. Okay. So 11 o'clock, she wakes up. Throat's a little parched, a little dry. She's going to go to the kitchen and get some water.
That middle of the night water always hits.
Yeah, that agua de noche. See, right?
Seaway. So she gets up, goes to her door, unlocks it, and opens the door. The rest of the house is dark. And how her bedroom is positioned is right when you walk out of your bedroom, there's a hallway and then a living room to your left. So if you're standing at your doorway or your bedroom doorway, you could basically look into the living room and then parts of the kitchen.
Am I bringing up these pictures?
In 1 second.
Okay.
So she opens the door. Everything is dark except the light outside the kitchen sliding door. So directly from her room, you can see massive glass sliding door that looks into the kitchen.
Okay.
And right outside, there's an outside light, and it's on, which she knows for a fact wasn't on. So in a split second, she opens the door, looks, and what she sees is a massive, dark figure, hands up to its face, peeking into the glass.
Nope.
She looks, sees, freezes, adrenaline, turns to flip on the hallway light, flicks it on, looks back, gone.
Damn it. I don't like that.
Neither does Rosie. So immediately she runs back into the room, wakes her fiance. She's like, yo, I just saw someone outside. Super groggy. And he, much like Sean, mad skeptic. So he's just like, yeah. Go to sleep.
It's probably a tree blowing out in front of the door
Yeah.
or some shit.
Babe, you're tired. You probably saw something.
You're just thirsty.
Yeah. Go get your water. Anyway, he disregards it and goes back to sleep. She's pretty scared. So steadily for the next week, she checks the entire outside of their apartment. She's making sure there's like no way to get in. All the doors are tight, checks all the windows. Every time she gets home now, she is like locking, unlocking, locking, like pulling the door, making sure. She's like, we're not doing this. So for like weeks after, right?
Yeah.
Her thought process this whole time too is like, okay, there's two outcomes. One is I saw like a demon or a ghost, something supernatural. Or two, I saw a legitimate huge human peeking into my apartment at 11 at night. Either outcome, I'm not with.
Not about.
Yeah. So a couple days go by. She probably calms down, but still very adamant and very vigilant on locking doors.
Smart.
She comes home one night. Her and her fiance, they're watching TV. Let's show photo 1.
So this is damn.
That's the kitchen door. And if you're just listening, you can see these photos on our Instagram, or you can tune into our YouTube or Twitch. We have a link in our bio if you want to go to any of those. That's the kitchen door, and that's where the figure was peeking in like this, looking down the hallway. So from her doorway, you can like see that.
Yeah.
And then the kitchen's to the right.
Okay.
Okay, DJ, can you show second photo? Okay. So imagine to the left, the couch is right there, and that's all behind you. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Okay. So after work one night, they're kind of hanging out. Her fiance's on the couch right by her. He's just on his phone, and Rosie's on FaceTime with her mom.
Okay.
And she's just chit-chatting. They're relaxing, talking. And all of a sudden, behind Rosie, she hears the front door open. Instantly chills, vibes off. She's freaked out. And she just goes, someone just opened the front door. And in a split second, Mom starts screen recording. Rosie grabs a big ass candle on the coffee table, gets up. She's ready to run to the back room. Boyfriend jumps up, runs to the front door. Now throw the picture up again. As you're running to the front door, you can't really see, but through that crack is the front door. He comes around the corner. He looks through. The front door is open.
Shit.
And there's no one there. And the door is still locked.
No.
Wait. The front door is still open?
But locked.
Oh.
So go to the next photo.
I see.
This is what it looked like. Rosie reenacted it for us and showed us. We're kind of blocking a little bit, but yeah.
Is that like a deadbolt?
I don't
tell.
I don't think so.
But it's still locked.
And completely open.
Hell no, dude.
At this point, Rosie's pretty scared. Pretty scared to be in her own home. That night, she doesn't know what to do. She's just kind of overcome and like stressed out. So she decides to go to sleep early. Goes to sleep. Instantly starts having a dream. And you know sometimes when you're having a dream, it's a nightmare. She's in a huge house. Everything's dark. She's walking around the house. She gets to this floor and everything's empty. There's like no furniture in this house. And in the back corner of this huge room is a dark corner. She sees it, doesn't know why, instantly terrified. And the darkness in the corner just starts spreading. And she says, as she's staring at the darkness, she realizes there's a massive figure standing in the corner staring at her. And she wakes up. Now she's like, I don't even feel safe in my own home, you know?
Bro, I am going to that corner and throwing
She wakes
a
up.
bucket of holy water, dude.
Is that it?
Well, no, that I think you might have missed, but she was having a dream that night after the front door incident.
And that's what she saw in the dream.
That's what she saw in the dream.
But is that it in the dream?
Yes.
Okay.
And she said, overall, the dream just felt very dark. Over the next couple days, creaks in the home, noises outside, sounds like doors are opening and closing. Then you go and they're closed. She would be in her bed and she would look down and you know the crack under the door?
Yeah.
She would see the hall light turn on and then turn off. That one I was like, hell no. One time her and her fiance, a lot of times they'd just be chilling, like relaxing after work, like I said, on the couch. The TV's on, almost as white noise in the background. They're just hanging out. She said they're both sitting there on their phones and all of a sudden the TV turns off.
Is this an older house?
A little bit older
Faulty
house.
wiring?
She even said that. So I'll get to that in a second. TV turns off. Her boyfriend instantly looks at her and goes, yo, what the hell? Because previously she has pranked him, downloaded like a universal TV remote app that can turn it on and off like TVs.
That's funny.
So he's like, dude, turn that back on. And she's like, no, I didn't do that. Probably took a little bit of convincing, but she convinces him.
Mm-hmm.
That happened 3 times in the living room and 1 time to their bedroom TV over the next couple days. So she's in this place. She's like, okay, is it the wiring?
Mm-hmm.
Is it just normal creaks and sounds? Like, is this really, are we haunted? You know, it's probably like, you'd probably think of all these other reasons before, are we haunted?
Yeah.
Everything is weird. August comes around. Her family's visiting from Arizona. Mom, dad, brother, and 2 sisters. Rosie and her fiance have a guest bedroom, so mom and dad, maybe a sibling, are in the guest bedroom, and then a sister and the brother are in the living room on the couch. They get in kind of late. Rosie has made them up beds. They get them in, they go to sleep, and everyone goes to sleep that night. Rosie wakes up the next morning before most of them are awake still, so she goes straight to work.
Okay.
Works all day, comes home in the PM.
Okay.
So this is like the first time she's like really seeing her whole family. Walks in, she's like, "Hey, how was everyone? You know, how was everything okay? Like, is everyone comfortable?
Yeah.
Mom, is everyone comfortable? Everyone slept well?" And her mom goes, "Yeah, something happened last night."
Oh no.
Who? What? Your sister. What happened to her? She's the one who slept out on the couch.
Oh no.
So show the next photo. That's where the couch is. And notice something to the right.
A door?
The sliding glass.
Oh shit, yeah.
Okay. So this is what happened to her sister. Rosie's sitting there. Mom's telling her, "Your sister couldn't go to sleep last night. She said she had like a weird feeling." So what do we do when we had weird feelings? She turned on Shrek.
Okay, yeah.
So your sister stayed up pretty late. She's watching Shrek. And then she hears a noise outside. And it's coming outside the sliding glass door. So she pauses the movie and looks over. And she sees a raccoon. But the raccoon is standing stock still. And it's staring in at her through the glass door. At first she's like, "Oh." But the thing's not moving and it's just staring at her. And she thinks, I know dad left the trash out, but this is really weird. So she leans over to tell her brother, hey, look, She looks back at the glass. Raccoon's gone. And instead, it is a huge figure peeking into the glass, hands cupped around his eyes. She screams, slaps brother, wakes him up, look at the door. It's gone. Rosie's sister did not know Rosie's experience when she went through this. Yeah. Rosie didn't want to freak them out visiting her house for the first time.
And make them sleep right by the door.
So Rosie's mom is now telling Rosie what happened to her sister last night. And Rosie's sitting there doing her absolute best not to look scared shitless.
Mm-hmm. Did she continue watching Shrek?
Yeah, she's probably like...
And anyway, then I saw her face.
Yeah. She just turns it up till it's like deafening.
I'm a believer.
So Rosie's mom's telling Rosie. Rosie's like, "That's really weird. Anyway, what are we going to do?" But she knows the whole time she can feel Rosie's mom staring at her. Like she can feel her mom looking at her. And she's like, "I knew my mom knew something was up." So eventually she told her mom. Rosie said, "It was the weirdest feeling because now I knew I wasn't crazy." Mm-hmm. Like before, she's like, "What the hell was that? Is this all in my head?" But now she's like, it's being confirmed to her live. So she's like, "I know I'm not crazy. I got confirmation and I knew it was real. I was in a way relieved."
Okay, I get that.
Since then, since this incident, she has not seen, this is the update. She's never seen the figure again. She immediately bought curtains to cover that window. Anyway, so she said, learning new things about energies and different practices. I got really into crystals and tarot card reading. I've got to learn so much more, but it gave me a sense of peace, which like to me, I'm like, dope. If it gives you peace, go for it. Mm-hmm. She said, my mom got pretty annoyed when I told her, and that's another story for another time.
Oh, no.
And then lastly, she just wrapped up. She said, I'm beyond grateful for you guys, really. The stories you share on the behalf of others are awakening and make me feel like I'm not crazy. Thank you so, so much. Y'all are amazing people. I'm a great fan. Bless you guys. Keep them coming. So shout out Rosie.
Shout out. Thanks.
Thank you, Rosie.
For real.
Bro, lots of comments that I want to go through.
Let's hear
So we have Tequila Mommy in the chat.
Hey,
Shrek is love.
mommy.
We were asking about the reversal, and
You mean for the sweeping?
she said, "I've never heard of a reversal." Sorry, she said, "I've never heard of a reversal, but yes, mal de ojo is the evil eye. I carry a lime in my purse to help ward it away,
A lime.
and the lime turns hard like a rock."
So it just like takes the curse for you.
Oh,
She said
damn.
it's supposed to absorb it since you carry your purse around all day, places you go. Mal de ojo can come by the way someone can speak to you, looks at you, talks about you, anyone envying you. So I was told the lime absorbs it. So when it turns black and hard, it's because it went to the lime and not to yourself.
Woo!
Okay.
She said, I just found out about it too. My mom has a witchy friend.
A
So she
witchy
tells
friend.
me to do a bunch of stuff.
Dude, that is dope. This is why I love chat, is like live feedback like this.
Yeah.
So sick.
Most of the time we're talking out of our asses and never get an answer.
And then we're like, we should find that out.
And then
Never.
never did.
Anyway.
Somebody asked, so is that more of a pagan thing then if she's a witch? And she replied, I'm not that sure because she will mostly ever mention anything if it was blessed before bringing with holy water. I was raised Catholic with the same superstitions.
Interesting.
Someone said Oceli said in Honduras, it's a known thing to keep the umbilical cord to ward off mal de ojo.
I've heard of that before.
My mom still has mine and my sister's.
Bro, if anyone gets a hold of those, your ass is cursed.
You're a prick.
Yeah. Protect those.
Tequila Mommy said, my mom hid me when I was born till I was a year old from the public with a red blanket for El Ojo.
Holy shit.
Oh, damn.
I wonder, and yeah, this is probably not good of me to ask, but I'm sure there's more to like giving the bad eye, the stink eye.
The bad ojo.
Like, I'm sure it's like make contact with person and like wish ill intent, but maybe there's more to it.
There's probably, I would say, more to it,
Yeah.
but like, who knows?
Crazy.
That's nuts.
But that's it from chat.
Wild. Dude,
That's really insightful.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
That is good to know.
Thank you, chat. Thank you, Rosie.
Big bless.
Who's next?
That's me.
Dope.
All right, guys. So, my story today is something that from the dawn of this podcast, someone told me to look up. And I kind of just slipped my mind. Like for the longest time until recently, it came back up in a episode maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago where we talked about the the high school phantom?
Pep Rally Phantom.
Pep Rally Phantom. And this topic is Jay's journal. If you want to throw that up for people we have. So, first off,
Just real quick, if you want to hear the story that kind of sparked this initial one, it's in 120 Pep Rally Phantom.
120.
DJ story.
Okay. A lot of times I'll tell you guys, hey, I had a lot of fun like researching a story. I cannot say that about this one. And I will tell you that for a lot of this, I would get chills. And last
scary.
night specifically, I was taking a shower, just like the hottest shower I could. And I thought about like a couple parts and I was like, oh, I got chills again.
Dude.
Rare for Sean.
100%. Dude, real quick, trigger warning for anyone. This deals with depression, possession, suicide, which I think we're not allowed to say, but
Yeah.
sorry.
Trigger warning for a lot of people.
Yeah. Dude, last week I'm like walking Lucy in the forest and I get a text from Sean and me and him share an Audible that he pays for everything and I leech off of it. And it's just a list of books and one is circled in red. And I like zoom in and it just says Jay's journal. And I was like, holy shit.
Yeah. My girlfriend's dad is from American Fork, Pleasant Grove. Those two towns
Kind of
in
border each
Utah
other.
are right next to each other. And he's been on that same street his entire life. He's only lived in, I think, 2 houses his entire life.
Damn.
So American Fork, Pleasant Grove has only been the only thing.
Yeah.
And recently we were talking about Jay's journal. I started talking to my girlfriend about it. She brought it up at her parents' house, and he comes out of nowhere. And he's this hardened cowboy hunter. He hunts full time, takes people out into the wilderness, and he's a jolly dude, but also like nothing really phases him either. And when we started talking about Jay's journal, he said, "Don't talk about Jay's journal." It's like, I've read the book. I was there when it all happened, and it's not good. That thing is from the devil.
Dude.
I wanted to get more out of him, but by the way he's talking about it, it didn't really
It was
sound like he was
clear.
open.
Yeah.
Okay, so I read the whole thing in the last week.
How long is it?
It's about 6 hours,
Okay.
like on Audible.
Okay.
So just a little bit of background for everyone first. We already have kind of a location. This is based on the real events of a kid whose name isn't Jay. This is kind of a
Alias.
alias for the book. And I don't know if I'm going to go into name of this kid, but out of Pleasant Grove, Utah. And he's just your normal, average 16-year-old kid that this book is basically based on his journal entries. And it came from like his therapist or psychiatrist or something along those lines. She's the one who kind of compiled these journal entries and edited them together to make this book. So this whole book is coming from it, like it's all like first person.
I listened to the intro and I didn't like it because it's like so relatable.
Mm-hmm.
Everything he's talking about. And it's like the voice is a kid.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's weird.
It is. It's just the narrator of this book was very, very well done. Like it sounds like it would be him narrating to himself his own journal. And this normal, everyday 16-year-old kid, athletic in sports in high school. He's on the debate team, going to nationals. He's dating the vice president of the school. And on the side, in the darkness, he's into O, which is what he calls it throughout the whole book, which is the occult. So, and I want to say this as well. It's very like unnerving throughout the whole book as well, because not only are you getting these things that are happening that he's writing about, but he's also on the flip side writing about like how he wants to get out, how he wants to be normal again, how he wants to get back to being good.
Get out of being involved with the occult.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So I tried to compile a lot of information for you into this one story, and I could basically put it together in 3 different parts. And I'm going to tell you just kind of what I labeled these parts as. The first is just beginnings. Second part is invitation. And the third part is Raul.
Oh,
I already know.
I'm legit uncomfortable.
I already
bro.
know.
Yeah.
So,
Shit.
like I said, on the side, in the darkness, he's into O with his girlfriend, Tina, who is this vice president of the school.
What
Or not,
school is
like
it?
the kid vice president. Apple something. Apple.
It could be fictional.
It
Yeah,
could be
Because
fictional.
things were changed.
Yeah, for the book, things were changed. And his 2 friends, Brad and Dell, they're all into the occult. And it doesn't start here. Like at where I'm going to pick up and start telling you this story, it absolutely does not start here. There's lots of little things that lead up to this.
Okay.
One evening or one weekend, Jay and his friends, Brad and Dell and Tina, they basically say that they're going to go off on this ski trip. And they're going off into the mountains. And they obviously, they lied about this to their parents. They go off into the mountains to this cabin. And At this cabin, Tina has one of her friends who's also there, who's, I want to say, an older friend out of high school already, because they're all 16, 17 years old. And over the course of this night in this cabin, they perform a ritual. And in this ritual, they first start off with a little bit of drinking. They're taking drugs. And he mentions lots of different kinds of drugs throughout the course of this book. I don't remember off the top of my head what they take at this time. But what they take at this time is mixed with cattle blood that had just been taken from a cattle mutilation that they performed. And as they go through the process of this ritual, Jay all of a sudden realizes that he's looking down at his body. And his body is saying things and doing things that he is not controlling. It's almost like he's astral projecting, but something is now controlling his body. He's floating in the air, looking down at his body, and his friend Brad, who seems to be under this same influence, they're all standing around in this circle, and his friend Brad puts his finger to his right temple, and he says, "I swear my soul to thee, if you'll make me..."
Don't say it all. Get your finger away.
"If you'll make me the best basketball player in our high school."
First of all,
Bro,
dream bigger. It's like right when you're done with high school, it's like you lose all skill.
Yeah, for real.
Sorry. This is intense. I'm sorry, but that's dumb, Brad. Brad, you dumb, dude. You're willing to give up your soul for basketball in high school.
I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller.
Dude, NBA at the very least.
At the very least. And Jay describes his friend Brad as not very athletic. He was on the basketball team, but like riding the bench hard. So
he's like, I'm willing to give it all up.
He's willing to give it all up. And as Jay, in his spirit form, is trying to stop his friend Brad from saying this, he says it anyways.
Because he's an idiot.
Oh,
he's like, wait, bro, do something better.
Next to him, his friend Dell does the same thing. He does the motion, puts his finger up to his right temple, and he says,
I don't like that. I don't like knowing. Stop. I don't like knowing that.
"My soul for money."
Okay.
Vague.
Here's
very
$5.
vague. Yeah. Okay. And I may be leaving out and honestly, the journal may be leaving out exactly what he said as well.
True.
This whole experience in his words sound very traumatizing.
Yeah. Like he knew they were crossing a threshold they couldn't come back from.
Exactly. And Jay, this whole time, is trying to get back into his body to get them to stop, and he can't. And his body is doing things or saying things. He didn't say in this journal entry what was said or what was done, but I imagine it was something similar to what his friends Brad and Dell had done. Eventually, he wakes up in his body once again, and he feels very, very uncomfortable about this whole situation. And it seems like in his journal entries that his friends Brad and Dell felt very uncomfortable about it as well.
They're still there in the cabin, though, when he wakes up.
And it sounded like maybe he became aware again that next morning, which probably had something to do with drug. He said he didn't know what else was put into this blood mixture by his girlfriend Tina. Anyways, over the following weeks, Jay continues to write in his journal. And he gets to this point where he talks about he feels like he's not alone. Like there's something else around him. And sometimes his journal entry would start on the day, and then you would get an addition to his journal entry, but it would be at like 2:30 a.m. He would wake up, write 2:30 a.m. "I'm not alone in my room. There's something else here." And then I turned on all the lights. There's nothing here. 2 nights later, same story. But this time, he'd say, 2:33 a.m. There's something here watching me in the corner of my room. There's a dark cloud with a green aura about it, like a dark green aura about it. I reached out to kind of swipe at it, to swipe it away, and a hand reached out of it. And it was a grayish hand. And then it disappeared.
Bro, okay. This is crazy. This is pretty heavy to maybe break it up a little bit. It's also kind of funny that he had like the time, the few seconds to write it down.
Ass possessed.
Yeah, he's like, this date and time, dear diary.
I think that at this point in time too, he may have been using it as a coping mechanism. The way he addressed his journal almost seemed like he was talking to a friend.
Anything to keep like grounded, in control. Dude, what described the hand?
It was this grayish hand that seemed to almost be his.
Think of the figure in the Pep Rally Phantom episode.
Oh,
color is the figure.
Gray boy.
And the Pep Rally Phantom is supposed to take place in the same high school that Jay went to.
Okay. One night, Jay wakes up 2:30, feeling like he's being watched again. This time he goes to try and turn on the lights and nothing will turn on. He hops back in his bed and notices at the foot of his bed a person standing there that looked like an older, grayer version of himself. The figure says, "Hello again, Jay." Jay is just frozen in fear and responds back saying, "Who are you?" And the figure says, "I'm Raul." And then Jay says, "What do you want?" Raul responds, "You know." And he gives this slight smile. And then Jay, about ready to say something else, Raul responds already and says, "I'm real."
Oh, so he can read his mind.
And then he says, again, "Who are you?" And Raul responds, "Remember the third of the hosts of heaven that were cast out."
Don't like this. And that's a wrap for this episode.
Keep going. I
have to drive home alone.
Keep going.
Bro, well, first of all, you. I mean, no, but like,
"Remember the third of the hosts of heaven that were cast out without bodies." Jay responds, "What do you want?" And he says, "Your body." And Jay says, "You can't have it. I won't let you." And he responds again, "You already have." He reached over to Jay and ran his hands through Jay's hair. Then not
shaving all my hair.
Raul responds again. He says, "Not once, but twice." And then laughed aloud when Jay says, "I won't let you." And Raul responds, "Want to bet?"
Oh.
Seconds go by, and Raul responds again to the silence, and Jay is leaving, saying, "Are you feeling more relaxed now that you've accepted who I am?" Raul then sat down at his desk, at Jay's desk next to his bed, and he said, "You've always known that I've existed. You just didn't want to believe." And then he asks him, "How did you feel when you didn't have your body?" Referring to the cabin. "You wanted a body desperately, just like I want one right now." And Jay starts trying to call out to somebody, to anybody, And Raul says, "Stop that." And then disappears into the background of his room.
Like
As
a Homer meme.
Homer meme just disappears.
Right over there.
Yeah.
That
Bro.
So what if, dude, gray ass hand reaches out from this thing? I'm done, dude.
dude, this sounds like the sequel to Stan by Eminem. The writing.
Oh, yeah.
Dear Raul, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling.
Just so that everyone knows, our coping mechanism is humor. We try to, laugh it away. And you may have noticed that through the course of this podcast.
Bro, straight up, Brittany's not gonna be able to edit this one. Cause she can't deal with this. And this is I'm having the most visceral reactions I've ever had to any story we've ever shared.
Bro,
This
I'm
one's
telling
hitting home,
you,
bro.
I had chills as I was listening to this book.
I want to hear more.
You're just showering.
In the hottest of freaking water. And I'm like, damn, this is cold, bro. Okay. So as Raul disappears into the darkness, his family comes to the door. Like they had all woken up with a nightmare. They don't all say that immediately, but over the course of the next few minutes, each of them mentions that they had woken up with a nightmare. And Jay's littlest brother, Chad, runs into the room. He's this little kid and he says, "What is that smell?"
Sulfur.
And everyone acknowledges the same thing, that this smell is just everywhere. And it's disgusting. The sulfuric smell throughout the house.
Dude, if you recall Pep Rally Phantom, there's two or three people in the photo that are going like this.
Yeah. Now, over the following weeks, Jay continues to write in his journal that Raul grows bolder and bolder. Like, he'll see him during the day. Like, he'll come visit him at night again and again. And over the next few weeks as well, he writes in his journal that their high school had a big basketball game against their rival high school. And his friend Brad had came off the bench and scored more points in that game than he had all year. Jay admits in his entry, this could be coincidence. The very next game, Brad follows it up with double that. And everyone is just like, Brad is the dopest. Like, he's the best basketball player on the team. So he's getting his wish.
Brad's rad, dude. Yo, can we pull up the photo from the pep rally?
Yeah. Keep going. I'll find it.
Okay. And then over the following couple of days or weeks as well, his friend Dell gets word from his aunt, who lives down in Las Vegas, who is very wealthy in the time. This is the 1970s. And
She has like $800.
she was like $900. But she has a terminal illness
Okay, not cool.
and is willing everything to Dell. Like her property down in Vegas, all of her money, everything. And it's like a substantial sum in the 1970s.
Hmm.
And all of a sudden it's like, can we call this coincidence anymore?
Starting to manifest.
It is starting to manifest.
Yikes.
Now, in the following weeks, this continues to happen. Jay writes that his girlfriend, Tina, decided to leave him for someone else. And this traumatizes Jay.
We're going to drink cow's blood together and you're going to leave me?
There's more to that as well,
Oh, gosh.
which I'll happily share with you in a minute. But she decides to leave him for another guy. And Jay is distraught and doesn't know what he's going to do, like with his life. Like he was connected to Tina as she was to him. And then just a couple of days after that, his friend Brad is driving down a road and a semi-truck misses a stop sign and runs right into Brad's car. As they were looking at the crime scene footage, it appeared, and this is what was written in Jay's journal, so I don't know like how accurate this is, but he says that it appeared it had struck Brad right in the right temple first.
You mean like where the finger was touching?
Right where his finger had been touching. And he admits in his journal as well that his friend Brad was going to go and talk to his church leader.
He was planning on getting out.
He was planning on getting out, as was Dell. And just a couple of days after Brad passes away, Dell is sitting on the side of the road and somebody is driving. It was an on-ramp to the freeway. And I guess he was sitting like on the kind of the curb where you would cross to get to the next side. And this car is coming around the corner to get onto the freeway. And the kid who was driving said that the wheel turned in his hands and swerved right into Dell. And Jay once again said it appeared that he was struck on the left or on the right side, right in his temple first. That's just what he says.
Was that event?
Was
That was that. That's it.
that's
With
that. That's
Okay.
that. Yeah.
I have this. So no, I don't. I'm sorry.
So explain to people who are just listening.
If you haven't seen Pep or listened to Pep Rally Phantom, you should, because this is the spoiler. But this was recent. I think this was in January when there was a pep rally going on at the high school, Pleasant Grove High School, and they found this on the footage. They watched this gray figure, walk through, like across the gym, 1,000 high schoolers, and sits down in this vacant space in the middle of all these girls and sit there just not doing anything, chilling for about 10, 15 minutes. And they watch it stand up, walk away. After which they approached all of the students in that photo sitting around this gray figure, asking them if they know who that was, showing them the video, and nobody knew who this was. Nobody saw this thing come through and sit next to them the whole time. They
said it was
said
empty.
it was empty.
And then you see the one person next to them holding their nose, like maybe something just smells disgusting.
Yeah, there's a couple people. Like the person on the right looks like
Stank.
stanky face
She's
on.
fizzing over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So this is the photo taken at the high school where Jay, aka Raul, like went down.
I don't know. Somebody is asking in the comments of if the figure is Jay
We don't know.
or the demon. I don't know.
We don't
I don't
know,
think we
yeah.
will know. So, but just weird things happening there. And if you listen to the episode, there's also like a underground bunker or tunnels where a lot of strange things happen. I detail that. So
Yeah.
So Dell's gone.
Brad's dead.
Brad's dead.
Tina left.
Tina's gone.
Now, one day, Jay takes out his little brother, Chad. They go and get some ice cream. And they eventually come back and they're sitting in his room. And his little brother says something to him to the effect of, "You're not Jay anymore. Like, you don't act like Jay. Who are you?" And this is a little kid. And he notes that.
Who could kind of be more open to supernatural things?
Could
more
be.
pure.
And at least more aware of that. Yeah. And that was one of the last entries in the journal. The last entry in his journal being something to the effect of, "I don't want to do that assignment at school anymore. I don't want to be with anyone. I don't want to do anything. My earthly belongings leave to so-and-so as a wedding present." And that was the last thing he wrote before he took a 22 to his right temple and ...
did the deed. ...
So this whole story was put together by either his therapist or psychiatrist or something like that, is whoever edited his journal entries all together. And at the end of it, there was also allegedly a letter from his mom to Jamie. I don't know who that, maybe that's the name of the psychiatrist or therapist or whatever it is. And she described Jay as maybe a little distant, but they had no idea anything was going on. And she described the events of leading up to that as both of his best friends had died, and his girlfriend had left him for somebody else. And like, she attributed those things to what had happened. Now, I do want to give some clarity to maybe the origins of this story. They are based on the life of a real person, and at least 21 of the entries in this journal, this book that was compiled, are straight from his journal. Allegedly, there are some fictionalized entries, and allegedly those are from case files of other people in the area from the same psychiatrist or therapist.
So you said 21
21.
out of how many?
200?
So only 21 out of 200 entries are known to be taken from Jay's stuff.
Like legitimately from his journal.
The others of which are taken from
Other cases she had of troubled teens.
Or their journals as well.
Or fiction.
It's unclear
Yeah.
where those are coming from. I tend to think that this time period is the whole like
Satanic panic.
satanic panic, and there's probably a lot of things that were fictionalized for that. However, what I shared, this climax of the book, seemed to be pretty accurate to me. There were some other entries that seemed just kind of far out.
You mean, are you talking about the cow split part or the dying?
That part definitely happened.
Well, like the friends getting hit by cars.
Oh, I don't know about those. The two friends.
His final.
Yeah.
Okay.
Him for sure, we know what happened.
Yeah.
His two friends, I don't know for sure. His girlfriend sounds like was accurate based off of what, like, his brother also wrote a book about him. Seems like that was.
So I did a little bit of research on that.
Yeah.
So since this came out, and it was edited by Beatrice Sparks. She is an American therapist, Mormon youth counselor, and she was meeting with a lot of people. She took a lot of the works, put them together, and like helped edit this book.
Okay.
Right. She puts this book out, and immediately, what Utah does best is they start spreading rumors.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's gossiping. It grows and grows and grows to the point where like people are coming from all around to deface the real Jay. I'm not going to say his name.
That's why I didn't want to say his name either.
Okay. The real Jay, his headstone.
Yeah.
Because they're like, this is disgusting. Like, how could you? All these things. People are afraid he's this huge urban legend.
Yeah.
I know at one point in the books, it's alleged that they hang out at this abandoned school.
Yeah.
That thing, so many Utah youth start going to, messing with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, not only did this family lose their son, which is terribly tragic,
Mm-hmm.
and if you're struggling with that, there are resources. Please go find them.
Mm-hmm.
But they lose their son, and then all of a sudden, their son is turned into this
this villain.
Yeah, like devil worshipping person, and we don't know how much of that is accurate.
We don't. I like to also believe the parts in the journal where he talked about wanting to get right. Were some of them were probably his.
Yeah,
because he wasn't like this terrible person. Obviously, I'm the one who read the whole book, and like to me, it doesn't seem like he's just this terrible person. Just got in over his head on some things that he couldn't control.
Okay. So they lose their family. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we want to believe the good parts. A lot of this is fictionalized. Only 21 out of 200 are actually from his stuff.
Yeah.
And in order to combat this, his brother, who witnessed his brother grow through his life and then eventually leave this life
Mm-hmm.
by his own hand, wants to combat some of the
Urban legends that are growing.
and the mistruths about his brother. So his brother put out a book. It's called A Place in the Sun, The Truth Behind Jay's Journal. So his brother puts out that book.
Yeah.
I listened to a really quick blurb, and this person, I haven't read this book, but what they said about it, they were like, dude, Jay was a normal kid going through normal things. He might have done a couple things that were like superstitious, but it's not as intense as what they were saying. They said the weirdest thing he kind of did was him and his girlfriend had a fake wedding in a graveyard.
Yeah.
And it was because there's a statue in that graveyard that brought her a lot of peace. So they decided to do a fake wedding where they held hands for a minute and then left.
Mhm.
And that was like the most freaky thing
Yeah.
the real Jay did.
Yeah.
So anyway, who knows? We don't
That's
know.
what I was
And
gonna
that's
say,
the
yeah.
thing. We don't know.
We don't know which parts were legitimate, which parts were not. But this whole story put together, like, it definitely touches on a lot of topics that are very real
Uh-huh.
to a lot of people, and a lot of topics that also are very triggering as well.
Dude, and that same pattern you said of just like things that went down. Do you remember the story I shared very early in 3 a.m. about being a foot soldier for Satan?
Yeah.
There's so many parallels. And
Classic.
that story came to us from Australia.
Yeah.
And I don't think they had ever heard of Jay's journal.
No.
But a lot of things you were saying and the dialogue Raul was using is same exact thing.
Yeah.
And I got mad chills when you were talking. I was like, holy shit.
Dude, yeah, that whole part had me just in chills.
This story, I found a blog a piece written in 2004. This tiny indie blog. This girl went to BYU in the 90s and learned about Jay's journal there in college, and was fascinated by the story and looked into it and kind of reiterated a lot of what we were just talking about, like what's fact, what's fiction. She did say one thing that we didn't touch on yet, but this, like the chaos that ensued from this story,
How sensational and stuff.
really caused a disruption in their family. And the parents ended up divorcing because of it.
Oh,
So,
I didn't even know that.
like, there were still obviously real life, like,
Consequences.
consequences.
Dude, and it's like you just lost your son. Now you have to deal with this. It's like,
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
terrible. Here's the thing, though. We don't know what was, what wasn't. And it sounds like she took a lot of source material from other people she was meeting. So, like, what I did hear is when they went asking questions when they were writing this book, people were terrified to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
And when they could get a kid to talk, the kid basically was just like, for your safety, I don't want to tell you.
Yeah.
Like, that's how scared people were of what was going on.
I do have a lot more information on all of the events that led up to this that I wanted to share with our patrons. And obviously the people who are listening and watching this Twitch with us right now.
Ooh. Are we going to let it rip or are we going to do it afterward?
Go, dude.
All right. Lucky y'all.
Lucky y'all.
Any primers in chat?
Okay.
This is not going to last forever. We're going to find out a solution soon to this. So if you're not a patron right now or a Twitch sub, you get this for free.
Hey, yo.
Let's
on us.
go. Okay. So like I said at the beginning,
Well, so let's just address something.
Okay.
High key, this is so unethical. Is she referring to us or probably the author? Just want to make sure. We're trying to be ethical.
we are trying to.
We want to
I'm
be
only
respectful.
sharing information that I've gleaned from this book.
Yeah.
It was a reply to another comment saying Loki sounds like that lady capitalized on his death a bit, which is so tragic. That poor family.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like we don't. Yeah.
We're not trying to like exploit or anything. Really just share this story.
I don't know. Have we?
We're charging $8 for this.
Okay, actually, well, anyone who's on Twitch right now, you getting this for free. Unless you already subbed, then like, sorry.
Dude, even Beatrice's wiki. American therapist and Mormon youth consultant or counselor who was known for producing books purporting to be real diaries of troubled teenagers. Anyway,
Yeah.
dude, honestly though, it kind of sorry, let's continue.
No. What were you gonna say?
It kind of I could see them wanting to push the narrative of satanic panic, and this is like a perfect way to fuel that fire, like the perfect way.
Yeah.
So there could have been monetary incentives or like
or just like an overall like
Fame incentive, like I don't know.
fame incentive, or trying to push a narrative in general back in the 1970s. Anyways, like I was saying, this whole story that climaxed and ultimately him taking his own life didn't begin there in this journal, in this book. Jay, a few years earlier, was not into anything occult. He had a background he was very religious. His family was religious. His dad owned a pharmacy, was very like wealthy in the community or well known in the community. And at one point, Jay starts dating this girl, or he's very into this girl named Debbie, and could be an alias for the book as well, or fictional as well.
Damn.
Yeah, that's it for me tonight, though.
That was pretty heavy.
It was honestly,
Really fake.
Dude, not real at all.
dude, just totally not the realest ever.
Yeah, that is
heavy.
all fake. For my sanity and drive home.
You gonna be okay, dude?
No, dude. This is like the one thing that gets me. And this one hits so close to home, literally where I
Don't
live.
drive through PG, dude.
We can call each other
Yeah, we might.
Yeah,
have to.
on the way home.
And then my phone will die, I think, again.
Oh, that did.
Do you have a
happen
charger
once.
in your car?
Where's your phone at
This one
right
I do.
now?
Okay, good.
Where's your phone at?
Remember when DJ's phone would go from 80 and we'd watch it go?
So like 1%, and they would stay on
We're like,
1% for
dude.
like 3 hours.
Charge your phone.
What a fun game! What a fun time!
How long is your story? Because this is
It's
a long
it's quick.
okay.
I'll
Okay.
make it quick. Dude, thank you so much. This is
That was wild.
Dude, it was a nut freaking.
Chat. Hopefully you're doing well. What we need to do, dude, is get like a smudge emoji to clear the air, dude. Like Palo Santo
Yeah.
or
Yes, we do.
a little sage.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay,
Yeah, what do they got for us?
let's go through it. Brittany's back, so apparently
Did
she's
she
done.
hear that? 'Cause
Brittany, I am
sorry.
so sorry. This one's gonna be hard to edit, and if you need me to tag team and help edit, I 100% will.
I
'cause-
tried to tell it as straight through as possible to make it easy for editing too.
Oh yeah, so you can just
Just
honestly
skip
just
my
skip it.
story.
Yeah,
and yeah.
Someone said it was hilarious. No, because Tina can right off. I love Charlie whispering to himself. First of all, didn't know I was doing that. That's not good.
Frank, dude.
Don't like that. This is probably one of the heaviest stories I think I've heard on the pod. Yes, that poor kid.
I
Yes.
agree. Yeah.
I hope he found peace. Me too. We all do. Good, Sean. I'll take it from here. That's funny. Okay. This is Sean's therapy. LOL.
It really is.
Y'all
dude.
are funny. The hold teenage girls have on teenage boys. Damn. Yeah, and vice versa. Dude, it's weird that we glorify, this is such a tangent, but like young love is dumb.
Yeah.
Young love is goofy, and we like glorify it and fantasize it so hard. I don't know if just in the West, but that's all I know. But like
I would say it's equally,
Romeo and Juliet,
equally,
so
yeah.
dramatic. Not something that we should like talk about or learn. It's like, dude, y'all were so dramatic. Y'all ended y'all self because
Yeah.
you're like 14 and it's the first time it's just like, I don't know. Your first loves are always insanely hard,
Yeah.
and you're so dumb. It's like,
You're just so invested.
and you have
And-
such a lack of perception of like,
And so
time.
just tunnel visioned as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So
And this happened to him. And it kind of just
plus the
him up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise. Let's see. Yeah, so young love. It's crazy.
Yeah. F that, dude.
At Tembo said, if you really loved me, you drink cow's blood. That should be on Valentine's Day, something we say.
Oh, shit, dude. That was probably said. Like,
Oh my gosh.
if that was said, like, or if that was real, then that was said.
Brittany really agrees with our sentiments on young love.
Here's
Okay.
the thing.
I'd
I am
finish.
permanently scarred because of young love and now remain single for the rest of my life. So,
I mean, yeah.
and now I'm
Sean's-
f***ing like voodooed from Charlie's story because of it. I'm in a f***ing corner right now too.
You picked that spot.
Well, initially I was like right here and there were 3 people and I wasn't in a corner. Now I am in the corner.
Yeah, you're screwed.
God damn it.
Sorry, dude.
Okay. All right.
Take it
Thanks
home,
thanks for
DJ.
holding it down. Yeah. So let me run through this. The story comes from a listener. She's from Alexandria, Virginia, and she says this is a story of Crazy Mike. I've never met him personally.
Sounds crazy.
Sounds Mike.
Never met him personally, but he had ties to my elder brother and became pretty good friends with him at one point, and some of my cousins. And one of the first stories that I heard about Crazy Mike was my brother, who we'll call Kyle, is walking to the store, sees Crazy Mike walk out with one of Crazy Mike's friends. Crazy Mike's friend, my brother doesn't like. Kyle doesn't like Mike's friend. And there's some beef going on, so they call each other out, start to fight. To my brother's surprise, Crazy Mike takes my side and goes in on his friend.
What the?
Crazy Mike is homies with my brother,
crazy, too.
Kyle. And I guess in the spur of the moment, decided that his allegiance in between those two people was my brother.
Dude, so many calculations going on.
I am chaos.
Beats the shit out of this dude.
He
They
was
leave
just chilling with. Be like, what did you say?
Yeah. They're like sharing a Slurpee, and then he's like, ha! Give him
like
that
the-
Slurpee.
It's like the video where the dude pulls up all mad and he's like,
You fat you piece of bacon.
piece of bacon to the kid in the back. He's like, I didn't even do anything.
What did I do?
But that's the first story that she heard of Crazy Mike. I was like, okay,
He sounds pretty crazy.
can we trust this dude?
Yeah. His loyalty is slippery.
Crazy Mike has another friend. This dude we'll call Thomas. Thomas is a homie. Crazy Mike comes from a really troubled background, and Thomas is usually there for him, tries to help him out in any way he can. Crazy Mike one day asks Thomas if he can spot him for a pack of ciggies, and Thomas is not in the mood for it, or might think that Crazy Mike is like taking advantage of him at this point. Like something has happened over and over where Thomas finally like puts his foot down and says no. Says no, not today. Sorry, dude. Mike doesn't like that. Keeps pestering Thomas. Dude, just give me a pack. I need it right now. Thomas responds, no, dude. Sorry, no is no right now. Keeps pestering him. Mike's not having it, and tells him off. He's like, buy me a pack of cigarettes right now. Bitch, no, Thomas responds. So they start calling each other out and said, let's go. Trade knuckles. They go to a nearby park, a wooded park, and they start fighting. All their friends are there.
That's really courteous. They like traveled, took the drama away.
Yeah,
Well,
get out of other
what
people's
happens
ways.
is it was at the store. The manager of the store, like it started becoming chaotic. So the manager of the store told them, "Get out of here." Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
So they
okay.
go to the wooded park, and all the friends are like, "Yeah, like deck it up."
Virginians,
Fight.
bro.
I know,
Fight.
ain't nobody loyal out here. He
Get him, Crazy Mike.
he leaves. Crazy Mike leaves Thomas bleeding
Oh.
and just half, I guess, incapacitated on the ground, and
Should have popped a pack of cigs.
doesn't stop there.
Warn me if I need to stop making jokes so I don't look like an asshole in a minute.
As his friends start to walk away, they think it's over.
Ah, shit.
Mike says to his friends, I think brother Kyle is there. Mike says to them, that's not it. I'm going back. I'm finna catch a body today.
Oh, Mike, no, not worth it.
Is, dude.
Friends laugh it off. They go to homegirl who shared this story. They go to their cousin's house.
Okay. He
He goes back and he returns and he's crying. Crazy Mike's sobbing. He says, I f***ed up. I did something bad.
This is so heavy.
Fast forward, brother Kyle and Crazy Mike are in jail together.
For what transpired or different things?
Homegirl says, my brother Kyle, unrelated to this incident, went to jail for manslaughter. Accidentally shot and killed one of his close friends while playing with their gun.
Dude.
And soon after became cellmates with Crazy Mike for that day fighting Thomas. What had happened was Crazy Mike
Trigger warning. Violence. Death.
ended up stabbing Thomas, I think over a dozen times. I think it was like close to 30 when they found Thomas's body in the wooded park. Like rumors started, and people started talking about like how like it was a satanic ritual, blood everywhere. The body was mutilated, and that was a story of Crazy Mike. At the very end of her submission, homegirl says that Thomas begged for his life one last time, apparently, before Mike finished him off, just to like add to the darkness of the story, and told that to my brother Kyle in jail. And Kyle told me like more of the details of that. And Crazy Mike and my brother Kyle were homies in jail. They stayed friends, or at least cordial, until Mike pulled a shank on some guy and stabbed him in the cafeteria, and ended up getting transferred to another jail. If you don't believe me, you can look up Michael Norman Powell to read the articles about it. So that's Crazy Mike, and
Holy hell.
there's all these news articles about it.
Okay.
And
Be
this is it
careful
here.
what you show.
This is just the article, but
Damn.
or one of the articles. It was one of the first ones that I pulled up.
Dude, how do true crime podcasters do it? This shit is so heavy, and they be devouring it.
Yeah.
Bro, this may be like one of the heaviest nights of stories we've had in a minute.
Wait, is there any more? Any close? Any wrap up?
That's it. That's it.
Crazy Mike. And
Short, not so sweet, but
Yo,
Crazy Mike.
that's heavy.
He was sentenced to 10 years.
10 years?
That seems pretty short.
Yeah, he stabbed more times than 10. I feel like you should get like 5 years per stab.
5 years
I
per
know.
stab?
Yeah.
What, dude, how many years is Ghostface going to prison, dog?
Oh, from Scream.
What's the what's the math on that?
Yeah.
It was 30 times 10 years.
do math?
One year for 3
how many
stabs.
stabs? I thought it was 12.
4 months. 4 months for one stab.
Oh, like what he actually got?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I thought you were talking about like,
I think it was 30 stabs I read.
oh,
4 months per stab.
Dude, that's a bargain.
dude, yeah, you getting off.
They're running deals over in Virginia.
I am not going to
You
Virginia.
really got off, on that.
All right.
Damn. But yeah, thank you for sending in that story.
That was wild.
I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Hopefully you're good.
I'm finna go and watch like some Disney something right now.
Yeah, how do we got to clear the air, so we got to tell something.
We gotta listen to Smash Mouth.
Well, I have an incredible story.
An incredible story.
Yeah.
What's up?
Over the weekend, last week, it happened.
What?
What?
I was finally recognizing.
No, you
Hell
were not,
yeah,
dog.
let's
No,
go.
you weren't. Let me hear it. Let me hear it. Let me hear it.
Yeah, what happened, dog?
Say it.
So like DJ and I, we were out and about. We just pulled off this hilarious joke on all of Utah where we tricked him and told him The Rock was coming. And so we were like, dude, we need to reward ourselves. Let's go get some tacos. So we went to a taco place and I hear it faintly, Charlie from 3 a.m. Some kid's just yelling, runs up, and he's wearing 3 a.m. shirt.
And not only not just runs, but runs across State Street, which
Oh.
is like the biggest street
Damn.
in Utah Valley. It's
Hey,
like
I
6 lanes.
recognize you. I recognize
And you're
you.
standing next to DJ, and he didn't recognize
He
DJ.
actually ran up and said, "Can you please
Can you move out of the way?
yeah.
Charlie?" Yeah, so I was recognized. It finally happened, guys. And it was as good as I thought it would always be.
And then we all went back to the office. That dude too. He works
Oh,
with
damn,
us.
dude.
Because it might have been a coworker. I still haven't been. I had to
Hey,
fake
but
my
he
own.
was recognizing you outside of work.
Does that count?
I don't know, bro.
Absolutely not, dog.
I'm still at -2.
I don't care. I
need
don't
this.
care. Here's the thing. I don't care. that's
Good
the thing. And with that, dude, we love you all. Thank you. This has been a lengthy episode. Lots of technical difficulties. That's going to be the worst.
Yeah, sorry,
having
Brittany.
to work with. But we will see you all soon. Anything else from anyone else?
I don't think so.
Negative.
Appreciate all of you. Keep sending in your stories. Send them into our IG or our website, the3ampodcast.com. Follow us on all socials at the 3am pod. Go to patreon.com/the3am pod if you want to become a patron, eight quarters a month.
And real quick update, we let all our patrons know, but we'll be making the VODs video on demand for all you non-Twitch viewers, available for all the Twitch subscribers and for our patrons. So these VODs are raw, unedited, uncut, early releases of our episodes. We're supposed to wait 24 hours until we can put it on another platform. So once that's over, we'll download it, upload it to Patreon, and make it available on Twitch for Twitch subscribers and for patrons. For all tiers.
For now.
For now. Yeah,
All tiers for now. So for $2 a month, you can get access to this bonus story tonight and any other bonus story we've ever shared. And you can watch episodes like several days early, unedited, raw.
with more, unedited,
More
so there's more
content.
content.
Totally.
Yeah, trying to bring more value to the people who support us monetarily.
Shout out all of our top tier patrons, the 3am patrons. They are producers of the pod. Shout them out.
Shout out.
With that, trust your gut. Watch your back.
Bye, love you, be safe.
Yeah.
Be careful
You're
out
really
there.
bought into your slogan, dude.
We're tripping. I don't know if we're gonna be okay making it home tonight.
Signing out. Salute.
But see y'all.
Bye.
Hey, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of 3am. If you want to support us, visit our Patreon where patrons have access to exclusive content. If you're not able to support us monetarily, don't worry. This episode is on us. You can still rate and review us on whatever platform you listen to us on. It really does go a long way. You can also follow us on social media. Our handle everywhere, including Patreon, is the 3am pod. Finally, do you have any scary stories? If so, submit them to our website, the3ampodcast.com. We love any audio or visual aids that can help bring your stories to life. So file uploads are welcome with your written submissions. We're anxious and excited to hear from you.